So moving on into our final two playlists that I'm going to go over, and that's going to be my classical playlist and my nostalgia playlist right here. So, all right, a very big disclaimer when it comes to the classical playlist. A very big disclaimer. I am completely out of my depth when it comes to classical music. I do not know anything, and I think that you probably know that by now when I'm doing my classical reactions. So as I click it and I bring it up, I couldn't tell you anything about composers. I couldn't tell you the names of half of these pieces of music. If I like all these, I know by the sound of them. Obviously, they're on my playlist. But if you were to play it, some of these pieces out in the wild, I couldn't tell you who it's from. I couldn't tell you what the name of it is. I couldn't tell you anything. I put these on because sometimes I put on classical music, like just in general. I'm not looking at who's doing it or anything. I don't look at that at all. I just listen to it. And if it sounds good, it ends up on my playlist. Some of these I kind of stretch. I kind of stretch the meaning of classical, but it works for me on my playlist. So 30 tracks here, about 2 hours and 15 minutes as well. Sipping on a beer. Tim, look at you going. All right, so if you have some familiar ones here. To start off at the top, you have Clair de Lune. Everyone knows this one. Farolina, it's a very minimalistic piece of music. You see it clocking in at 10 minutes above my head, and it's 10 minutes not filled with a lot. Incredibly sparse, but very beautiful in a wintry kind of way. Like you can hear him. It's barely anything. I like it. It's a very beautiful track. You have some Satie here. Okay, so for example, Water Music, Suite 3, right? You have this here. We covered Water Music, and I think I mentioned it on that video. I know I have a part of it on my playlist, but I couldn't tell you one thing about it. So you have Water Music here. Debussy with some preludes. You do have the opening for Glassworks from Philip Glass, which we did cover that as well, which I think is a really, really wonderful track here. They Sing from Olafur Arnalds. He's a very, very popular pianist. And so you're going to get a lot of pieces of music on here that are on this, I'm trying to find it here on the sidebar, on this atmospheric piano playlist I have. This is the playlist that I play the most because I'm always listening to atmospheric piano pieces. So some of these end up here in my classical playlist. Now you do have some more Studio Ghibli influence here of Joe Hisaishi with One Summer's Day, Spirited Away soundtrack. Oh, it's so beautiful, man. Joe Hisaishi is an incredible composer, and this piece of music is just so beautiful. I want to try and hit it without overdoing, playing too much music here on a live stream. But the uplifting nature of this is... Hold on. Let me pause it. Let me pause it. I'm trying to give space for the copyright. But listen to how uplifting this is. That's gorgeous. That is just so incredible. So incredible. Duet Steve Reich. This is I mean, it's a duet, but this is probably one of the most abstract pieces on my classical playlist. I think it's abstract. It's like two violins going at each other. So, all right, here's where we're getting kind of deep, okay? From here down. A lot of these, I will not be able to tell you what they sound like based off the names. Genuinely. Me looking, for example, at this, Intermezzo number 1 in E minor, I could not tell you what it sounds like because I don't know the names. I'm just listening to the music. But it's on my playlist for a reason. Now, as soon as it starts, I'll know. Oh, this is that calm one. Yeah. It's just a nice, quiet piano piece. That is really, really lovely. Let's look at this one. Kind of adventurous, right? That's Saint Saëns. That's Saint Saëns right there. You know his style. Now, Keiko Matsui. This is where I'm stretching the meaning. This is where I'm stretching the meaning of classical. I don't think that Keiko Matsui, this track, Whisper from the Mirror, is really considered classical. But it ends up in this playlist because it's where I need it, where I want it. And Tim, I see what you're saying is exactly what I mean. I don't know at all these names, but I add them on because I think it fits. But Whisper from the Mirror, oh, it's such a gorgeous track. Mar, don't you know Keiko Matsui? If I remember correctly. When I listen to this track from Keiko Matsui, it makes me think of like Cirque du Soleil and like the music that would play during one of their performances, which occasionally I do watch like their performances. It's just a lovely track. So good. Odd Times, yes, I've heard of Transatlantic, and I've done at least a couple of their tracks here on the channel, actually. All right, moving on. So, Carnival of the Animals, this is a piece of music that I've had on a playlist ready to listen to, or a symphonic, or a symphony, that I've had on a playlist like ready to listen to for a Long Song Saturday. But here you see, I have one part of it already in my playlist. I couldn't tell you what it sounds like off the top of my head, but I know if I play it. Oh, it's the violin. This track is so elegant and so graceful, like a swan. Yeah, that is really good. That's a wonderful one. I'm stretching limits. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence is one of the most beautiful pieces of music I enjoy. And God, it's so good. When I get off of like the stream and everything, that's what I'm gonna listen to. So good. Let's click some more of these because I have to click them because I don't know what they are. My classical education is lacking. Oh, this one reminds me a little bit of not like one-to-one comparison, but it reminds me a little bit of like composer for the Man of No Name trilogy, Morricone. Is it Morricone or Morricone? It has that kind of sound to me. Right there, with that guitar. Yeah, Mar, that cover of Mr. Christmas by Jess Gildem, you will love. It is so gorgeous. You discovered my channel from one prog rock reaction. I never checked this again, so you have no clue what I'm doing? That's okay. You got plenty of time to catch up. plenty of time. Let's see, we have some more Camille Saint-Saëns. Let's see what's that. Oh, we know this one. Okay, yeah, we know that one. Let's see. By Night, Sophie Hutchings. This is, once again, something on my piano playlist that... If you like that little piece of the melody, this whole track is built upon that. And it just adds a little bit of instrumentation to it, but it pretty much stays there. I love when you can hear the little click-clackings in the back when they're playing piano or when there's an orchestra and stuff going on like that. Your internet connection just dropped? Too many beers, Tim. Too many beers. Dance Macabre we have covered on the channel. This is another piano piece, I believe. Yeah. I think when I'm going through my classical playlist here, I think you guys get a sense of what I like for the most part. I do like a lot of calming kind of classical music or things in that realm for the most part, rather than things that are fast and up-tempo. There is a track, I'll come back down here. I'm gonna have to try and find it. There is a track in here that is faster, and I really do like it. It's definitely more opposite of what we've kind of covered so far. I think it might be this one. Yes! Yes. Da, 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 da. It's so... This track is like the king has arrived. The royal entrance. The caravan has come to the castle. This is a great piece of music. That slow part. Let me get... Hold on. It comes back so hard. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, coming back down. We have some dances for harp and orchestra. Yeah, you have an idea. It's the sway and the swing of this one that I really enjoy. Really, really gorgeous. And then the last track that I added, it's not classical, but once again, it's how I kind of put things together. The Sufi Music Ensemble with this track Himma. I think I may be pronouncing that wrong, probably. I don't know. I don't know how I came across it. It's just kind of interesting. It's kind of like a vocal-less Lorena McKinnon. So Mar, you might enjoy it. It's like that. It's definitely of that ilk. Just taking out and removing Lorena's vocals, but it's very, very gorgeous. Yeah, really, really nice piece of music. Is there no Bach on here? I don't know. If you see any, let me know. But once again, I don't know who's on my playlist. I just add it as I hear it. I do not, off the top of my eye, see Bach. So I guess that would be a no. That would no. But remember, I don't know anything about classical music. It's all new to me. So, hence every time I do not a live reaction, but a reaction to live classical music, I am genuinely and uttermostly out of my depth. Okay, so that's my just classical music playlist here. And now I will show you guys my nostalgia playlist. This will be the last playlist that I show you because there's nothing, I don't think I have any others besides, what I've kind of showed you previously. So over on my nostalgia playlist. So this is a playlist that I've actually recently started making. And by recent, I mean within the past month. I was feeling really nostalgic one day and I said, it'd be really cool if I made a playlist of music that takes me back, to when I was younger and the music that I would hear around me from my parents, my family, and in different places like that. So you're going to hear more variety in here, perhaps than usual. It's going to start off as like certain ways and then it'll kind of change as it goes. But I think you'll kind of get the idea. So in my nostalgia playlist, there's only 16 songs as of right now. Because like I said, I really did just start this, February 7th? Okay, so it was a little over a month ago, I suppose. So we have George Benson. George Benson, Give Me the Night. This album is one of my desert island albums, I guess you could say. I don't even know what to say if that is. Just incredible. And the title track is dancey. It has a great guitar line. Just wonderful. Now here's an interesting piece of trivia. The next track is the same track. One's just covered by a group. Here's a piece of trivia for you. Everybody Plays the Fool is the first piece of music that I can vividly remember ever hearing. And here's the story behind it. I was 5 years old. I know I was 5 years old because I was in kindergarten. I was 5 years old, and my dad picked me up from school. And he was driving me to my friend Michael's house, which was right down the street. I could still drive to Michael's house because I remember where it is from here. And while we were driving, this song, Everybody Plays the Fool, was playing. All right? And while that song was playing, the chorus of it, which I couldn't find, I was trying to find it real quick, but... There you go. So I heard that as a 5-year-old, and I asked my dad, Dad, what instrument is the fool? I asked my dad, what instrument is the fool? Because I thought everybody plays the fool, like a trombone, a guitar, a clarinet. So I was like, what instrument is that? Well, little did I know that is not what it's not what it was. You'll notice a lot of soul music on here, and I've always mentioned it during during reactions and stuff, but I grew up around a lot of soul, a lot of old jazz and stuff, so stylistics, betcha by golly, wow. George Benson on the album, or on the playlist rather. Once again, King Pleasure was probably one of my dad's favorite artists as well. So I have a lot of music, well, not a lot, but a decent amount from King Pleasure. This track here, Little Boy Don't Get Scared, I have no relation to this track necessarily. However, when my dad was in the hospital, as he was, moving towards the end of his life, he always asked me to play this song because he was scared. So he always asked me to play this song. So I have this on my nostalgia playlist just because it reminds me of that time, and kind of the last moments I kind of got to spend with him and everything. So I have that here. We're kind of moving into more modern stuff, you'll notice. And this is, like I said, I'm kind of getting all nostalgia. I'm getting my dad's old stuff, and now I'm kind of getting my mom's kind of stuff, because these songs remind me of my mom and the music she would play. You see the difference, right? It's so good though. It's so good. And these are songs that I've forgotten. I've forgotten about these songs, and it's kind of like memory unlocked for me, like listening to these songs. And I'm sure a lot of these are not necessarily these songs, but like when I do my reactions on the channel to older music that is outside of my time, I'm sure a lot of that is nostalgia for you, perhaps in the same way that this playlist and the way I'm making it is for myself. Songs that I've forgotten. It's like, oh, I've totally forgotten about that, and how much I enjoyed that. So Rocksteady by The Whispers, Back to Life, Soul to Soul. That is such my youth, listening to these kind of tracks. Like I said, there's not a lot of tracks on this playlist as of yet. Michael Jackson, Rock With You, because I'm still working on it little by little. And I'm really working on it because I have to remember the songs. And so at this point, these are all the songs that I remember for sure listening to during my childhood. But you weren't the only cause, so was I. Bobby Caldwell, Won't Do For Love. Oh, that's a classic. That is such a classic. You kind of get an idea of, like, I guess my youth and growing up. Just a really, really great playlist. So yeah, this is my nostalgia playlist. Like I said, there's not a lot on here at the moment, but it is little by little growing and getting there. So that's the nostalgia playlist. That's the classical playlist. And that's like all of my playlists now. Now you have an idea, and you see exactly what is on my playlist if you follow this series. And of course, all the other albums and different playlists I have here that I enjoy and listen to. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this little series going through my playlist. And there'll be some more additions, but that's the meat of the